Here we are. You're listening to Get Down to Business, the show all about small business jobs and entrepreneurship. So I've been super excited for this conversation because I'm chatting with a true entrepreneur. And that is Brittany Anderson, who is the president and partner of Minnesota-based Sweet Financial Partners. Love that name. She's also about to launch the book, Dream Architecture. And also, as I understand it, a mom of three and a wife. Oh my goodness, you got your hands full, Brittany. Welcome to the program.
Amen. Thank you so much. I'm really excited to be here.
Absolutely. I love to get to know the person behind the microphone. So please tell our listeners a little bit about the background that led to, of course, your beautiful family and, of course, your beautiful business.
Awesome. Well, a little bit of background. If you would have talked to me in my college years and said, Brittany, are you going to be in the world of finance? I would have said, absolutely not. That was not the path that I was thinking. I was absolutely geared towards management and leadership and teaching. All of those things were really appealing at the time. It's a funny story because I was looking at basically working closer to where I lived. I saw a job opening come up and it was for a client service position at Sweet Financial, what was services at the time, not partners. Applied for the job. It was a really long drawn out process, ended up landing it and got into that role, realized quickly that I missed the management or leadership component. So really started looking intrinsically at what I wanted for my life and my future and the impact that I could make. So ended up getting into the operations role, then moving into the chief operations officer, and then now president and partner. And along the way there was one thing that I always knew for sure, and that was that I wanted to be a mama. So regardless of the career and the drive and all of that, I knew that I wanted a family of my own. So I met my husband back in 2011. We have three beautiful, healthy children, an 8-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 3-year-old. So yes, I definitely have my hands full, but as they say, my heart is equally, if not more full.
Oh, that's amazing. That's a fantastic story. Congratulations on all of your success. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention that this fantastic read, Dream Architecture, which we will talk about in just a moment, it is your fourth book, as I understand it.
Yes.
So you have been busy, my friend, indeed. Let's talk about Sweet Financial because I know you're passionate about helping clients nationally to build their own exciting futures for themselves. So what is the premise of what you and your colleagues at Sweet Financial aim to deliver on each and every day?
Yeah, investment management in today's world is a commodity. I don't know how else to say that, but there's nothing fun, sexy, fancy about it. Our whole focus is really on bringing money and mindset together. And one thing that we've seen happen over the years is that everybody knows what they're retiring from. You know that you're not going to wake up at a certain time every day and get dressed and go to work at the same job that you've been going to for years and years and years. Or if you're a business owner, the same company you've been running for years and years. What happens though is there's this massive transition where people have to figure out what they're retiring to. And, you get some that think, I'm going to go to Florida and I'm going to play golf and I'm going to be in the sunshine. I'm in southern Minnesota. And so people may not be super eager to hang around here in the wintertime. So you get those kind of stories and those conversations about, well, maybe I'll move south or maybe we'll travel a little bit. And our whole premise is, we don't want anybody to feel constrained or restricted. We want them to think huge. We want them to dream big and let us do the work behind the scenes to show you if your plan can get you to where you want to go. And if it can, then great. We're going to support you and be that accountability partner. If it can't, then we're going to give you some other ideas that may help suffice that yearning for fulfillment. So, again, money management is so much more than just the financials. It's so much more than the fancy tools and softwares and resources that we use behind the scenes. It's deciding what you want and then having that drive and that all knowing that you can absolutely go after what you want. So we have a huge, huge focus on helping people dream big, helping them actually achieve those dreams and do the stuff that they've maybe waited a long time to do. And now they've got the time to do it.
Wow, amazing. Again, I'm chatting with Brittany Anderson. the president and partner at Minnesota-based Sweet Financial Partners, an advisory firm that's serving clients nationwide and that have built seven plus figures of wealth and want to focus on building an exciting future for themselves. I know, Brittany, you're about to launch this book, Dream Architecture. Which will be your fourth book. So again, congratulations on that. But this entire topic, when you're talking about entrepreneurship, when you're talking about dreams, which I know is probably, if there was a word cloud, probably you use that term quite a bit throughout the day. I know it is very, very personal to you based on your own experiences. And if I may, Brittany, I do want to touch on the personal for just a moment in your family. And your mom, I know, is an inspiration to you, but how did that sort of move you to help the people? And as I always say, it takes building a business. It's called that for a reason. It really is hard work, backbreaking labor. I know you put your heart and soul into supporting your clients because of the experiences that you've had. Can you tell us that story?
Yeah, absolutely. My parents divorced when I was 4. I have a younger brother who's just about 4 years younger than I am. There was a struggle. There was a period where, my mom, being a single mom, she was an extremely hardworking woman. She absolutely put my brother and I before herself, before anything else. And I remember there was one, I guess, moment of impact, you could call it, where I was about 8 or 9 years old. And I remember looking at my mom in her bedroom, and she was sitting on her bed, and she was had her bills kind of scattered out in front of her and was filling out her checkbook. And she was in tears. And even at 8, 9 years old, I knew that she was struggling to know if she could pay everything and if she could afford to, keep the roof over our head and pay the utilities and pay the food and, all of our extracurriculars and everything all at once, because she was our sole provider and sole supporter. So it was that moment, and I can honestly attribute back to that one particular moment in my life where I just made that decision that, gosh, I don't want any sort of circumstance or somebody else's behaviors or somebody else's choices or actions per se to negatively impact me and my future and what I want for myself and for my future family. So when I say that I've known all along I wanted to be a mama, it goes way back to those days. And I think it's because, I look at my mom, and even though I saw her struggle, I am so grateful for that transparency. Because if I was sheltered from it, I don't know that I would be as driven and hardworking and focused as I am today. So, when I look at, you mentioned, carrying that forward into how we serve our clients, that's a huge driving force. It doesn't matter where you came from. It doesn't matter what has happened in your life. What matters is what you pursue going forward, and that you look at things like life happening for you instead of to you. So, I tie that back. Our founder has a similar story of growing up with a single mom. His dad left when he was 2. And I really think that brings together and shapes how we do business and how we serve people and how we show up every single day, helping people realize that you matter, that what you want matters. And we're basically in your corner to help you get there.
And that partner is Brian Sweet, your founder, and together you've written this fantastic read, Dream Architecture: Build a Retirement Beyond What's Possible. And I love that word, dream architecture. So tell us the behind the scenes, the deets on when we could expect it, and how all of our listeners can receive some more pre-launch information.
Absolutely. So we are really excited. This is launching in late spring, early summer, looking like it's going to be the end of May. We're waiting for that big confirmed date, but really excited to put this out into the world. It's completely the mindset component behind what we do and how you can live a fulfilled and dream-filled life. If you want to get some advanced information, our website, under the About, there is an In the News section. If you want the direct link, it's sweetfinancialresources.com/dream-architecture-book.
Oh, wow. Fantastic. And I encourage all of our listeners to definitely get on that link, because you could put in your email address and receive that information when that launch is taking place. And I know it will not just involve a book, but I know that you and Brian, I'm sure, will be talking about your own experiences, which very much influenced the words on the pages. And I know that this is not just a job for you, but rather a labor of love. And where there's 4 books, there's going to be a 5th, and so on. So, Brittany, one more time, I want to make sure all of our listeners can get in touch with you and your team at Sweet Financial Resources. Can you give us again some contact information?
Yes. So the website was sweetfinancialresources.com/dream-architecture-book. Honestly, if you want to email me, I respond to each and every email, Brittany@sweetfinancial.com.
Fantastic. Brittany Anderson, thanks so much for joining us. We've got to squeeze in a very quick break, but more small business jobs and entrepreneurship when we return in just a moment. Don't touch that dial.